Well guys, there's been another Pokemon Sword and Shield Datamine leak, which is just fantastic. It's about Zygarde, and we're going to be able to look at things that you can do with Zygarde. There are new features that we were not able to do back in 2018 with Sun and Moon. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to change forms and stuff like that automatically, at will, when this comes out in the Crown Tundra. Now, let's go over some of the basics first. Before we do, guys, I just want to give you a warning that what we're about to show you is the dex of the Crown Tundra. If you don't want to get that spoiled, please leave now. Plenty of other videos to watch as well if you are interested. We did just do a Pokemon news just tonight where you guys can get a free Gastrodon that's already battle ready EC with an expert belt on it as well, and that's totally free, and that is available right now in that video in the Pokemon news. Go check that out. As for this one, guys, let's have a look at the Pokédex, where we're going to see Zygarde right down here. This is the Crown Tundra Pokédex, leaked, confirmed, real, data mined. This is it. This is the real deal, guys, and this is the Zygarde. It looks like we're getting Zygarde back. So this is it, guys. And now what I said about it changing its ability, we got a video and video evidence to show you of what exactly I mean by that. Right here, guys, is a video of a Pikachu, but it's not really a Pikachu. It's actually the 50% Zygarde it's finished, and we're going to, well, this has been hacked in, okay? This is severely high level hacks of the game. This is, I know it's a Pikachu, but it's a placeholder sprite on behalf of the programmed Zygarde. Now, if you guys don't know, with the Isle of Armor update to this game, a ton of Crown Tundra stuff came out, and you guys, if you've been following my videos, you would have seen them. You can go back and check them out. There's been tons of Crown Tundra data mines and leaks. You can check those out by just googling Blaines Crown Tundra data mines. That'd be what I recommend. You're gonna get tons of videos on that stuff, and it's real stuff, guys. It's real stuff they added, such as map, travel, different details like that. And now, well, they've also added some items that you're not supposed to be able to get yet, and you can get them, such as the Zygarde Cube, and I'm going to show you that Zygarde Cube in use right now. Okay, so here we are in this video in his Pokemon. He's going into the different forms of Zygardes, and he's looking at this 50% AB one, right? And in he goes, I mean, he's just looking at it. He's going to his items, and he's going to check out the Zygarde Cube right there. Now, the Zygarde Cube, using it on the Zygarde, guys, you're going to be able to change its ability, okay? Its ability has changed to Power Construct. Just like that. You're going to be able to find this Zygarde Cube somewhere in the Crown Tundra area. He has now his Power Construct. Isn't that crazy? So exactly what this did, guys, was that this actually changed its ability to Power Construct from the previous one. The AB stands for Aura Break. That's its different ability. So the power of the cube, and if you guys look at this part here, where is it? If we look at this part here, guys, you have two options, okay? This option allows you to change the ability from Aura Break to the other one. That is Power Construct. That's what the PC here is for. But the first option allows you to change between the 10% form and the 50% form, guys. That is your first option. You're going to be able to change between the two abilities and the two different forms just by using the Zygarde Cube. That is an extremely powerful item now, and that's completely inundates the whole method that you used to have to do it in Sun and Moon. So that's gone now. Now when Zygarde comes in, you're going to have that luxury to be able to just flexibly change it around. You're going to also be able to do that to the Pokemon you caught in Sun and Moon when you bring them over to this game. Isn't that really interesting? Keep in mind, guys, that this is verified data mined content. This is exactly how it's going to work for certain in the Crown Tundra. So now we're just going to look at busy 4chan here for a second, because they came out with some information on Crown Tundra that some of which we can definitely identify as fake, and some of which we could definitely discuss as being real. Now there's been two posts today, two so-called leaks, okay, that are just worth breezing over. We're not going to spend too much time on them, but we'll have a look at this one first. This looks like a combination of a ton of previous leaks that we have also covered in our other videos recently, such as this, Peony's Rose's brother. Now this is an old theory going way back, just based off of pictures of how he looks, guys. We discussed that. He looks exactly like Rose's brother, okay? There's Rose right there, guys, and here's Peony down here. You can see them side by side, all this stuff. This theory is as old as who knows, guys. This is really old stuff. But anyway, it's a good theory. It does look like it would add up, really. Like, they're similar in age. They got very much the same features and eyes, same skin color and everything, guys. So definitely a big possibility. I'm actually expecting that to be one of the plots of this part of this part of the game, the DLC. It should be pretty exciting to see how that goes. Peony's daughter's name is Margaret. Okay, a lot of people have been saying that Margaret is your rival. This is a very old leak that has, well, not really a leak, but an old post we don't know is confirmed yet that goes back months ago, guys, when as soon as we actually saw the data for Margaret being leaked in a data mine. This is who Margaret is supposed to be right here, guys. This is a model actually taken out from a data mine of the game. This is who our alleged competitor is going to be in the Crown Tundra, our rival, so to speak. So, well, we'll see if she is actually his daughter. It could work. They also got similar skin color on the models here. It could be like that. And, I mean, she's young as well. Very much possibly a daughter figure. And we don't have another model for her who could be her dad anyway. So if she does play a main role, this could very well be the daughter of Peony. Just on the side, guys, we also had this model, so we don't know who that's going to be. Could be a relative of some sort, but very much is unknown about him so far. Her ace is Galarian Slowking. Now, interestingly, the wording, even the wording is the same as a previous video I did about 2 or 3 days ago on this. It looks like this is probably the same person, or this person took that old post and just copy and pasted a lot of stuff, or even used the same wording himself. Galarian Slowking is going to be Ghost Psychic type. That's very possible, guys. The Galarian Slowking that we've seen recently, I went in detail in the previous video. I'll leave linked down below or after this video in one of the windows, guys, so you can watch it. I show and I discuss it in much more detail. Well, Ghost Psychic type for Galarian Slowking, whereas we have the Poison version for Galarian Slowbro. As for the shiny locks, guys, this is something we can assume to be true, okay? So far, the legendaries have all been shiny locked in Sword and Shield and in many games, recent generations. And we can definitely go ahead and assume that these legendaries here are all going to be shiny locked as well, guys. It's just a good guess, okay? It's just something that adds to the credibility, if you will, to this post that allows and helps people along in believing some of the less credible stuff, you know, here, believe this stuff. But yeah, guys, we're just going to go ahead and accept this is going to be what's the case. Now, this is again from the previous leak, guys. This person gives you a Hoenn starter, which is going to be your story. A similar situation to getting how you got Kubfu. You're going to be getting a Hoenn starter instead, and you get to pick one, and that's going to be a companion for part of the Crown Tundra. And again, this one too, you're going to be able to rematch Peony and Margaret once per day after completing it. So, you know, that's just some of the stuff from the old leak. A lot of this is recycled stuff. Now, here's something new. Gen 9, the game is called Pokemon Plus and Pokemon Minus. That was not from the previous leak. Although it did look like the previous leak was not complete. It gave us some info and it seemed to end abruptly. So this might be the same guy coming back with more information. If it's not the same guy, guys, we can absolutely doubt it. But it is posted by Anonymous, just like the last one, so we don't know for sure. We can't really put our finger on this. Pokemon Plus and Pokemon Minus, what do you make of that, guys? There is some info about Gen 9 in another leak we're going to look at in a second as well. The region's based on Germany. Now, this contradicts the second leak from later today that we're going to look at after this. The other leak considers it to be a Mediterranean. That's what the Gen 9 region is going to be. Mediterranean. Now, in Gen 9, no Dynamax or Gmax. Another contradiction to the next leak as well, guys. Professor gives you new starters, a grass type based on a cobra, a fire starter based on a dog, and a water starter based on a horse. Now, interestingly, guys, this does coincide with the next leak. It's just curious to see this, guys, because when we see the next leak, you're going to see what I mean. New Megas are Arcanine, Dusknoir, Noivor, Dragapult. Now, interesting, it doesn't just say New Megas are... Oh, it does. Sorry, New Megas returning, and the New Megas are these four. Well, actually, the next leak we look at actually also says Megas are coming, but it also says X moves are coming, or Z moves are coming, and it also says Dynamax are coming, but more limited. So there are some contradictions here, guys. Gym Leaders returns, well, of course. New regional forms. Spearow line, Dark Flying. That's kind of cool. Arbok, Poison Dark. Okay, some more Dark type. Doduo line, Fighting Flying. Houndour line, Ice Fire, and Larvitar line, Rock Dragon. Now, personally, I doubt, like severely doubt, that they're this far in the development of a Gen 9 game. And I also highly doubt, guys, that they have decided on the names as well. These are usually some of the last things that are decided very late into the development points. And we haven't even finished Gen 8, guys. They're not even... They're probably in the talking phase right now of Gen 9, okay? Let's be realistic. So as for this, cool idea. I'm going to put X to doubt on this one as well as this here. We can go ahead and doubt these guys. These are things This is the kind of caliber of information that you could definitely disregard. As cool as it might be to try and hear some Gen 9 news already, it's not going to happen. They're in the talking phase, they're around the desks, and they're showing off some designs, and they're thinking, nah, or maybe. Let's put that in the maybe pile. You know, how about names of the games, and actual detailed stuff on new regional forms? No. All Pokemon can now transfer from Pokemon Home. Now, I have a theory about this one, guys. I highly anticipate this to actually happen for Pokemon Sword and Shield as a third free update after the Crown Tundra, maybe Christmas or maybe New Year's, and I expect it to be the National Dex, guys. I think that's a very big possibility, because honestly, after the Crown Tundra comes out, there's not that many Pokemon to go before we have the whole National Dex. So why wouldn't they just update it with the last few to just keep everybody happy and make everybody really hyped and excited? I think that's a major possibility. At least maybe sometime early next year, while we're starting to get info of Gen 9, they might just throw in a free third update, which is the National Dex, and see what happens. Because they got nothing to lose, guys. As we know, despite their contradictions on the contrary, guys, we know they're reusing models from the old games and old stuff that they've already worked on. It's fine, whatever. But they are reusing it. They can't doubt it, because it's been proven beyond a doubt, guys, with video evidence and real hardcore data. It's been proven. They did not just make the exact same things all up from scratch, because that is an extreme waste of time. Now, the plus and the minus legendaries, dude, the legendaries already having been decided are both electric steel type. Big X to doubt again, folks. Both being exactly the same type, that's a big doubt as well. Now, as for plus and minus, seems to really play strongly on the whole electric theme. I don't know why they would do that. That is a type of a Pokemon. They wouldn't favor that out just specifically, I don't think. They haven't really done that before, you know. They've always had the difference of typings, at least, where like blue and red for water and fire. They also had grass. They also had, you know, yellow to even balance all that stuff out. And after that, it just got into like heavy metals and gems and stuff. So, I don't know, man. This doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel right either. As for the Crown Tundra coming out 11th of November, folks, big props to that. They must have been watching my video. Let's have a look at the 11th of November. That's exactly when I call it, okay? I call it for the 11th of November. Beyond a doubt, guys. 11th of November is when the Crown Tundra is coming out. I am calling that right now, because the Isle of Armor came out on a Wednesday, and it came out in the middle of the month. November 30th is a placeholder that is currently on it. Some leaks have been suggesting October release date. That is ridiculously wishful thinking, guys. It's definitely coming out on the 11th of November. Mark your calendars and watch this space, guys. I promise you. Gen 9, late 22, dude. Like I said, they're in the talking phase. There's no chance they have even a remote ballpark figure. And honestly, guys, I would expect November 2021 for this, considering they just did the DLCs and most of the work is already done. They've already started getting their work on. They already have the engine, they already have the models. They're going to reuse it again for the next Switch installment, which is going to be November 2022. There's been a Pokemon game almost pretty much every year, at least of some form, since for the last long while, and they've all been November as well, guys. All the release dates have been November. Let's have a look. So this is what I want to show you guys to confirm that 11th November date as well. Here we have November 15th for Sword and Shield. Here we have November 16th for Pokemon Let's Go's. Here we have November 17th for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. November 18th for Sun and Moon. November 21st, 28th for Alpha and Ruby, and then a similar date, close enough, October for X and Y. And that's before that, up to this point, up to Gen 6 is when it was all November stuff, guys. Before that, it was close-ish, and it was like all over the place, kind of different places. It wasn't even worldwide releases, so they started mainlining this stuff, really mainstreaming it, and, you know, sending these out almost all simultaneously all over the world, almost. So there you can see it, guys. I mean, it's November. It has to be November. Look at this pattern. It's November. Okay, guys, here's another leak by someone different called Spawn Leak, and he posted this picture. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is supposed to be. Do you? Do any of you guys? And we're going to look at this. It's a much smaller leak, guys, as well, so we can go through this pretty quickly. The Crown Thunder is going to be released November 13th. It's contradictory, okay? We have the 11th, we have the 13th. I definitely think the 11th is correct, guys. I definitely do, because the patterns are there. Wednesday release date, just like Isle of Armor, guys. November 13th is not going to be correct. That's a Friday, and you know, I know a lot of things happen on Fridays. It'd be rather strange for the Crown Thunder to be released on Friday all of a sudden after the Isle of Armor was released on Wednesday. It doesn't go in line, right? No Sinnoh remakes in development. We can definitely verify this as true. Definitely, because Guys, I know a lot of people want Sinnoh remakes. It's not realistic to assume they are in development, guys, especially thinking that they're going to be keeping it a secret to make it extra exciting when they release it. No, because that's not how marketing works. Marketing requires them to build hype and excitement and a lot of chit and chat around it so that more and more people know about it, more and more people buy it when the date finally comes. People will be watching it. If they hear that there is a Sinnoh remake in development, they'll be watching that stuff close like a hawk, and there's going to be a lot of people to buy that. It's going to make mega bucks. They're not going to keep it a secret. It's not some special project that's going to come out very soon. They're not making it, guys. Let's be realistic, okay? I'm realistic about this. They're not making a Sinnoh remake, as sad as that might be to a lot of people. Now, the Gen 9 has to be the last mainline series. This is another statement similar to, actually all of this is from another leak that we covered recently, or another, leak that we covered recently in a video only a few days ago. Gen 9 going to be the last one, which doesn't make sense on a financial basis at all, but it is, of course, possible considering Pokemon are getting into different worlds in the game sphere, like competitive MOBA games as well, which is kind of big. It's going to be big for them. It has been big for other companies, so we'll see if it's big for them. Pokemon Unite, that is. And they are obviously making the Pokemon Snap by Bandai Namco, which is going to be very, very cool. It looks amazing. The graphics look really high quality. I'm really going to enjoy that when that comes out, and that's going to be sometime early next year, I expect. That'll keep us afloat until Gen 9 in November next year, right? And it'll include a new region and older regions as DLC. Of course it'll include a new region, we know that. Older regions as DLC, maybe. I mean, other games have done it, right? Why not this one? The new region's based on the Mediterranean area. Well, as we saw in the previous leak, guys, it was Germany, okay? So, X to doubt here. This is also the same thing repeated from one of the previous leaks we covered recently. Starters include a horse, snake, and an eagle. Now this is an interesting overlap, because considering these were written by two different people, folks, here is what we have. We have a snake, we have a dog, okay, and we have a horse. So what did we have here? We have a horse, we have a snake, and an eagle. So the only thing that's different is the eagle and the dog, okay? But still, this is an interesting overlap. Coincidence? Possibly, but there's two there. There's two. That's quite a coincidence. It's going to have a heavy online multiplayer emphasis. Well, if you consider Pokemon Sword and Shield to have a heavy online player emphasis now with the raids and stuff, yeah, it's possible. I don't know how they're going to expand the heavy online multiplayer emphasis for the next gen anyway. I don't know if they will or not, because I think they do want social games to be social. They want people to use online. They want people to buy online, and Nintendo Switch Online, of course. So they're probably going to add features like that, but they're not going to lock you out requiring Nintendo Switch Online. So I wonder how much further they can push this whole Sword and Shield formula for that. Raids, ranked battles, all that stuff as well. Trading. Yeah, I mean, online, okay. I mean, it's already fairly heavily reliant on online. Mega Evolution, Z-Moves return and Dynamax returns, but is limited. This is the big contradiction that I mentioned as well, guys. As we heard, Megas are coming back, but the rest are not. There's been no mention, and specifically Dynamax not returning. So a big contradiction there. Another big X to doubt. As for Megas returning, well, we're here to hope, guys. We're here to hope. I like Megas the most. We'll see if they come back. Megas are the only ones that have been in two games, right? Black and Black 2, and considering they've been Black and White or whatever, they've been two different games, rather different, even though they're kind of in the same sort of series in a way. I don't know. Will they come back again in a Gen 9? I'd like to see it, but I don't know. As for the more later, guys, there's nothing more. Okay, that's it, guys. That is it. We looked at tons and tons of stuff. What do you make of that? This is wildly long video, much longer than I wanted to be. I'm glad I did not conclude this in the Pokemon news earlier. This is a really busy night for me as well. I gotta put up this video right now and get to bed before I have to wake up in the morning because I lack in sleep like crazy. Thanks for coming. Drop a sub if you're new, and I'll see you guys. Don't forget to check out the Pokemon news. You get a free Pokemon in there, and there's a ton of data leaks for Pokemon Go in there as well. Data mine leaks you want to see. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Have a good night. I'll see you then tomorrow. Bye.